What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we got quite a big patch across all of the platforms for Black Ops 4. And with this on Xbox One as well as PC, we see the addition of the Operation Absolute Zero event and all the contraband, the new weapons, the new maps, all of that stuff has finally been added there. But even PlayStation got this patch, and it turns out there were quite a few changes that came with this. The biggest thing and the main focus of this video is going to be some nerfs to Zero. I'm going to cover all of the details for that. But before we get into that, let's get into some of the other stuff. So first up, a really big one is custom games have been added to Blackout. And this is huge for me as a YouTuber. You can't really do too much with this. There aren't any custom game options. You can't like adjust the speed of the circle or where the circle goes or really anything. You can't adjust anything with that. You can't add bots to this either. It's mainly just for exploring at this point. But for me as a YouTuber, this is really big news because it will allow me to test things properly, because it's extremely difficult to test things properly in Blackout public matches. So now I've got those private matches available, and what this means for the channel is you will likely be seeing some more Blackout content coming very, very soon. In addition to that, you can now use camos in Blackout, which I think is pretty cool. And also, you're now able to use reactive camos across all weapons in multiplayer. And honestly, that was pretty much it for the important things that are gameplay related or things that are really noticeable. Of course, as always, there were a bunch of bug fixes and sort of behind the scenes things. And if you want to check those sorts of things out, I will leave a link to the patch notes down below. But now let's move into the changes that came for Zero, which was the new specialist that we got last week on PlayStation, and she just got added now to Xbox as well as PC. Keep in mind these changes have also applied to Zero on Xbox and PC. But with this, the first change that was made is they increase the amount of time it takes to earn the Ice Pick, which is her special ability that allows her to hack enemy streaks, equipment, and players. Now, unfortunately, pre-patch, this is not a value that I tested, so I don't have the pre-patch value, but the post-patch value for Team Deathmatch is 9 minutes and 30 seconds, assuming you're not earning any score within that time. This puts it just a little bit slower than Ajax's Shield, which is 9 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's a little bit faster than the Purifier. What this means is in a game mode like TDM, you're typically only going to be able to earn this one time per game, whereas before this patch, I was often able to earn the Ice Pick twice in a game if I was having a half-decent game of Team Deathmatch. In Domination or other modes that tend to last a bit longer than like 10 minutes and there's a decent amount of score to go around, you will still likely be able to earn the Ice Pick about twice in a game, assuming you're playing decently well. So this, I think, is definitely a welcome change. We're going to see a little bit less spam of the Ice Pick ability, although you still will be seeing it at least once per game. Now, in addition to that, there were a bunch of small changes to the amount of time it takes to hack each individual score streak, as well as one of the pieces of equipment. So I went through the timings before and after for every single one of these streaks, aside from the Mantis. For some reason, I didn't have pre-patch footage of the Mantis, but let's start going through them. With UAVs and counter UAVs, pre-patch, it would take you just 1 second to hack these. Now it takes you 2.5 seconds. With the care package, it used to take only half a second to hack it, which was insanely fast. Now it's going to take you 2.5 seconds. For the sentry gun, it took you just under a second to hack a sentry gun, which is nearly instant. Now it actually takes you 5 seconds to hack a sentry gun, so quite a bit longer in that case. With the drone squad, this went from 2 seconds pre-patch up to 5 seconds post-patch, so definitely noticeably slower with that. We see the exact same numbers for the sniper's nest as well as the Mantis, so it went from 2 seconds all the way up to 5 seconds for the hacking time. The Thresher went from 2.5 seconds up to 5 seconds. The attack chopper went from 4 seconds all the way up to 5 seconds, so really not much of a change here with the attack chopper. Barely noticeable by any means. And finally, for score streaks, the amount of time it takes to destroy a gunship went from 6 seconds up to 8 seconds. So again, a little bit of a change, but not super noticeable in the case of the gunship. As for the one piece of equipment that changed with the hacking time, this is the barricade. That went from 2 seconds to 2.5 seconds, so really not noticeable at all. So the most noticeable differences when it comes to hacking streaks comes with the mid-tier streaks. Not so much the lower tier streaks or the higher end streaks, just those mid-tier ones. Now, another change listed in the patch notes is it says that hacking an enemy assault pack will now cause it to expire. Presumably, that would mean that it's going to destroy it rather than hack it. However, you're still able to hack it. I also checked to see if maybe it would take the golden ammo away from you, which gives you extra score for getting a kill. Turns out you still get that extra score and it doesn't take away any of the ammo, assuming you've already picked up that assault pack. And therefore, I don't know exactly what this change is that's listed in the patch notes. It doesn't appear to have changed at all. So this leaves us with one final change to Zero, and this is when you hack enemy players. Before this patch, a player that was hacked was only able to heal once. After that one healing time, they would be unable to heal until they weren't hacked anymore, so once that expired, then their healing ability would recharge and they could heal again. But after this update, this is actually quite a noticeable change. The hacking ability has no effect whatsoever on your ability to heal. So you will be able to heal as many times as you want as if you weren't hacked, and I think this is definitely a very good change. And with that pretty much wraps it up for the changes that were made to Zero with this update. As for my thoughts on these changes, was it enough? I don't really know. I definitely like the healing change. I think that was a very good change. But aside from that, changing the hacking time of a single score streak by a few seconds in most cases really isn't going to make that much of a difference. One of the biggest complaints about Zero's ice pick isn't the hacking time, it's more so the fact that she can literally steal a higher end streak like an attack chopper or drone squad. I think most people can accept the fact that an ice pick will take their streak out of the sky. It will destroy it because you can destroy it pretty much just as fast by pulling out a Titan with FMJ2 or a launcher. I think the primary issue that people have is the fact that the ice pick can literally steal an enemy's streak, and then that streak is turned against them and it will end up killing them. And for a lot of people, this has taken them off their first potential nuclear streak because they've gone on a really good streak, they've earned their streaks, they've got them up in the air, and they're still going, they're still staying alive. But somebody sitting way at the back of their spawn can just call in their ice pick, steal their drone squad or attack chopper, and then their drone squad or attack chopper will turn on them and kill them, which ends their streak. I don't feel these nerfs that Zero got properly addresses this issue that people have, and therefore I still think we're going to be seeing a decent amount of complaints, although perhaps we won't see quite as many simply because it's going to take you longer to earn that ice pick, and therefore we will be seeing them a little bit less often. Of course, though, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about these changes to Zero? Do you think they were good changes? Do you think they were enough? Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.